Hey Roto Grip fans, Alex Hoskins here with you, Director of Research and Development, and today I'm really excited to share with you a deeper look at the Attention Star and more importantly, the Momentous AV weight block that's found on the inside of it. Now the Attention Star features some new technology that we're going to take a look at, and we're going to strip it down layer by layer. So let's get started. The Attention Star is surrounded by the eTrax Plus Pearl Reactive Coverstock. Now this video is really focusing on the weight block, but just keep in mind that we do have a polished pearl which is going to get down the lane a little bit further, change direction a little bit harder off the end of the pattern. As we strip that down, the Attention Star is the first ball in the Roto Grip line that's featuring the brand new AI core technology. You've seen it, you've heard about it, we've done a lot of testing with this, and it changes how that bowling ball goes through the pins and the RG and differential values that are associated with the weight block on the inside. So the Attention Star features, if we split it into the very innermost part, the Momentous AV weight block. And now this is enhanced and amplified with that AI core technology. And this is a brand new weight block, a slight CAD change from an overseas version that we had, but we're going to dig into what makes this part very unique compared to other shapes that we've seen in the past. So looking at this Momentous AV weight block, there's a few key design elements that I want to highlight on here that I think will help you understand how this ball is going to roll as it goes down the lane. First up, we have an unequal distribution of weight from the top to the bottom of the weight block. And that's done through an elliptical design that's offset. So an ellipse is basically just a stretched out circle. And what we've done is we've cut a little bit of that ellipse off of the top to make it a little bit smaller, and we've left it a little bit wider at the bottom. So there's more mass down towards the bottom of the ball. And that gets into my second point here. There's a high density slug on the bottom which increases total differential and also adds to that torque effect. The weight block itself is a little bit bigger at the bottom. The slug is very heavy and dense at the bottom. You get that loping torque effect, and when that ball sees friction, it's going to want to change direction very quick off of it. And then lastly, you'll notice on both sides of the y-axis there's a Roto Star cavity, and that's actually cut in a certain amount, not just for aesthetics. It actually increases the intermediate differential on the bowling ball in order to create more of that change in direction. If we didn't have this on there, we wouldn't see as much intermediate, and we'll look at that a little bit further when we look at the actual RGs and diffs of this shape. We do have some other shapes in the HP4 price point right now, and I want to show you some differences in them. So Attention Star, we know Momentous AV weight block. We also have the Gem series of bowling balls, Magic Gem, Regular Gem, and Exotic Gem, which feature the Defiant LRG weight block. There's some design differences that I want to highlight here for you guys to see that are going to give them some different characteristics as they roll down the lane. So we have both of them on screen here rotating. The first thing, we've kind of talked about Momentous AV a little bit, that uneven weight distribution from the top to the bottom. If we come over to Defiant LRG, you're going to notice that it is not an unequal distribution of weight from top to bottom. It's the same on the top to the bottom, and more of that weight is centered around the very center of that weight block. What that does is lowers the RG and it makes it more of a true rolling shape. So you're going to see a much smoother and earlier type shape out of Defiant LRG than you are out of Momentous AV. And just to add to that, that high density slug that created that more torque and more total differential as the ball is transitioning down the lane, you can see that that's not present on Defiant LRG. So again, very true, very even and fast rolling shape out of Defiant LRG that's going to give you a smoother, more predictable type of shape, where Momentous AV has much more different densities distributed throughout it, which is going to cause that loping torque effect, which will change direction a little bit harder off the end of the pattern. And what you'll see when we look at the dynamics of each of these, starting with Momentous and then going to Defiant LRG, we'll look at 15 pounds because that's what a majority of us throw here. 2.48 RG out of the Momentous AV weight block. So again, low RG value, not the lowest that we can go, but definitely on the lower side. Total differential, 0.49. Again, not the highest that we've ever seen, but it's on the higher end of the range. And then like I said, the PSA or that intermediate differential at 17, anything that's in that high teen range will want to change direction a little bit more rapidly than something that gets closer to the lower teens or even the single digits. As we come over to Defiant LRG, you're going to notice exactly what I talked about. The RG is a tick lower because of those design features, more weight in the center and an equal distribution with no slug. You can see more total differential, 0.53 on the total differential. This weight block's a lot taller than the Momentous AV weight block. So the difference in the RG values between the X and the Y values are much higher than it would be on Momentous. And then you can see PSA a little bit lower, mainly because there is no cutout. You can see the Roto Star cutout in the Momentous AV. You have no cutout on the other one, so slightly lower intermediate, which does make that ball want to transition a little bit smoother as it changes direction. So that's kind of wrapping up everything about Momentous AV's weight block and what differences there are between different weight blocks in that HP4 lineup. So for Attention Star, a couple things I want you to remember. Visit your local Storm VIP Pro Shop. The release date is coming up February 16th, 2024. And if there was anything in this video that didn't make sense or you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us at tech@rotogrip.com or by phone at 435-723-0403. Thanks for watching the video.